So we're back with 6 altcoins that are, I think, undervalued. Again, not financial advice. These are between 250 million and below 500 million. So that makes sense? Don't come at me in the comments because I missed your coin. This one was quite hard. Between this little threshold, there wasn't many options in my opinion. I picked a few out though. However, if you are following me on Twitter, you will know that I am now going to be doing Twitch live streams. Not on YouTube, with the exception of CPI. Wednesday, I will be live, CPI. Hit the bell button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't miss it. They're always really good. However, I will be doing Twitch streams maybe once a week, twice a week potentially, as market kind of analysis live, right? Just to make it more fun. I prefer the live streaming on Twitch versus YouTube. It's better for everyone. So make sure you do follow me. There is a link below if you want to follow me. Let's get into it. So, as I said before, looking at all these kind of coins around this area, there wasn't many pickings between 500 million and 250, which was the previous video. There is a playlist at the end of this video for you to go all the way through. There will be other videos coming, as well as a full summary of every single coin that I covered, with a portfolio management risk element to it to make you build a portfolio. So you can look at the low caps, the medium caps, the high caps, and the big blue chips all in one portfolio. Cool. So the first one, let's talk about it. First covered this a long time ago. 2020, I was talking about this. It's one of my undervalued coins back then. I do like it. And if you want to know which ones I'm holding in this list, jump in my Patreon. I do a journal. I even have my ratio splits of how much percentages I have in my assets nowadays. Just to scare people. So yeah, Injective is I think a really decent looking future prospect. An efficient layer 1 blockchain that can be used for payments as well, which is usually a good starting point for utility. But you can see it's pretty fast, 1.1 second block time. Transaction cost, we all know we like to escape those Ethereum fees, right? So yeah, in terms of the future of this with smart contracts and all the things that are happening with it, yeah, I quite like this asset quite a lot. It's pretty good, definitely worth a look. With these videos, if it's the first time you're actually here, by the way, I don't go too deep into the fundamentals on these videos just because there's other people that probably done a much better job, but I'm just offering my thought and my opinion, what I believe as non-financial advice, what I think in the current market state is undervalued. Next one, Rose Oasis Protocol or Oasis Network. Similar sort of ilk to a few other layer 1 blockchains. However, this has got privacy layers built within. It has some pretty big partnerships as well already, such as Meta. And yeah, it's scalable. It's got privacy element and it's versatile. There's a lot of things to this, a lot of working parts. There's a lot of threads on Twitter. I retweeted one the other week, really, really good one regarding how Rose ecosystem works. It's a much better option to go and read that instead of just watching me waffle a load of bollocks here. But for me, I do like it a lot. I think it's got good potential in terms of risk reward. It never really got going in the previous cycle. It was like just about to start getting the growth, and then the market it tanked, didn't it? So that was a problem. But developing well, a lot of money behind it, a lot of things happening as well. And you can see it if you read the technology element here with the power times, the roll-ups, the privacy side of it, there's a lot of things happening here in one little project versus a lot of the big projects. So that gives you some food for thought of where this could go with a vibrant bullish market. The next one, again, we're talking about layer 1 blockchains here, but a parachain that for me has been probably one of the better ones thus far. A lot of people who look at the Polkadot ecosystem go, the parachains are all flops. And I'll be honest, some of them are not great. Some of them are really good. I've already mentioned Moonbeam in the previous video. A-Star is the one ahead currently in market value, but they're very, very similar projects. Very, very similar projects. I basically chose Moonbeam over this, but this is still, in my opinion, undervalued. A little bit different to Moonbeam in certain ways of how it works, but nothing majorly different in the grand scheme of things. But As you can see, it's a layer 1 blockchain with the Ethereum virtual machine. It's pretty interesting. It can connect to multiple blockchains. You should know that with it being Polkadot. The narrative is there. So yeah, for me, certainly a really good option. There's got to be a lot of blockchains in the next cycle that will go running. Put it that way. And there will be, I think, a room for a lot of these because of the multi-chain narrative. A lot of the, in my opinion, the dinosaur type of layer 1 blockchains that are around may well fail to adapt because they have got to move with the times. And some of them have not yet done that, I don't think anyways. Interoperability, the multi-chain narrative, the lower fees, and the ability to kind of seamlessly transfer your funds between chains is probably going to be a great step for adoption of crypto and to make it easier for people to use. That's what we need. We need to remove that absolute stupid thing that's really hard. Sometimes it is. So this is a really, in my opinion, a really good option for that. I do like it a lot. And again, A star for me. Looking at the price, look at the market cap. Yeah, you know, who knows where that can go. Another one, bit different this time. We're going down the AI route. Oh no. Now, I'll be the first to admit I'm not the most convinced with AI in blockchain yet because I've yet to see it really take off. I use a lot of AI technology for my content creation, for my ideas, my thoughts, my video editing as well. It's really, really good. It's helpful. We're yet to see this infrastructure fully come online for crypto yet. But this is one of the first coins that have been around with AI. And this was I think this was one of the first ones essentially, right? So it's rightfully at where it should be. Try and ignore the coins that are coming out that have got .ai in it or just got AI within certain buzzy words just to try and get you kind of in due to the narrative of ChatGPT and all the other stuff around it. But this has been around for a while. So definitely worth an option to look into. I've not done a massive chunk of research or used this before, but it has been around for quite some time and it has been in the AI field and been developing for a very long time. You can see this here. Founded in 2017, an IEO in March 2019, right? You know, it has been in this artificial world for a very long time. So that, for me, gives it a bit more clout than some of these newer projects that are going to come out, which could be fake. So make sure you understand that. If AI really goes into the decentralized world and it changes the narrative, this is probably going to be the coin that will do the best because of the way it is, its positioning and all that kind of good stuff. Not to mention the fact that its circulating supply is pretty good as well versus total supply. It's got decent volume and yeah, it's 200, you know, I don't even know off the top of my head how much worth is in the AI kind of situation of like the entire market cap of AI technology right now. If you look at the value of what ChatGPT sold for, which I think was 10 billion to Microsoft, that's just one side of it or one little bit of it. Scary when you think about where this could go as well. So just food for thought, certainly looking at some exposure. I do believe that Rose has some AI exposure too, but I don't think nowhere near as much as this one. Anyways, moving on to another one, a layer 2 solution system protocol, right? So circulating supply, relatively good, 97% out, which is always good to see. Now, as I said before, it is a layer 2, essentially, give or take, right, when you talk about it loosely. Now, we do need a lot of these situations around. With the ZK rollup layer 2 kind of narrative a little bit there, we've got new coins coming every single week in terms of layer 2s and the rollup elements, the airdrops, etc. But for me, there's still question marks about Ethereum in terms of how much can it handle? What about Metis, which again, I mentioned in a previous video? What about the likes of, you know, Optimism and stuff like that? There's a lot out there as well as Polygon, etc. This is another one which is kind of in the middle of all those from one extreme to the other. And yeah, like you got to look at the fact of where can this protocol go? You know, decent throughput. You can see you can settle up to 2,000 trades per second, guaranteeing the same level of security underlying the Ethereum blockchain. Now that's one thing. SushiSwap just got, I believe, a $3 million exploit again on the Ethereum chain. It's a nightmare. The security element of Ethereum has always been a question mark. And if this is one thing that enables it to go fast, you know, less fees essentially, and also keep that same security line, that's good. A lot of people cut corners with Ethereum, copy and paste code. It ruins things, so just be careful. Moving on to the final one. Probably the one that I have the least amount of knowledge with, and the one I'll openly go, this website is awful. And it is. Guys, this website is horrendous. But there's a lot of volume here. There's a lot of circulating supply out, which is good to see. The market cap is relatively low. And when you read, now this is the thing. When you read what this is, now an Internet of Things, a bit different. It's Tokyo based. Now, when we talk about the likes of Internet of Things, it's like sort of, XRP, stuff like that. Big things. This is like the Japanese equivalent, essentially, right? And it has been around for a while, but also, I like it, but I just hate the web. I'll show you the website. You'll see in a minute why. I'm like, oh, what have they done? So you can see here, there's a lot of, Japanese tech anyways is always top tier. When you think about what they've built, what they've done with car engines, what they've done with cars essentially as well. Never mind Sony and all these big, massive behemoth companies that you know about, right? Within a coin is always good to see. As I say, do more research. But I will tell you this, like, if you're going to score a website out of 10, this is probably not even past 1. It is an awful website, and sorry, but it is. It is just awful. It looks like a CV. But there's a lot of things you can go on. There's a lot of information regarding the people within this as well, which is good to do some research. But yeah, there's nothing really telling us anything exciting about this website that's going to give us some real big kind of juicy information regarding what it is, which is kind of scary. So you got to go off other documents, right? So bear that in mind. But yes, in terms of the basics of this, when we talk about XRP and all the kind of caveats around that, it's important, right? XRP needs to win the lawsuit, which is going to be good for cryptocurrency, right? Essentially. But there's stuff like this which are out, which, when you look at Internet of Things and when we look at why this is important, you just got numbers like this where you think of how things are changing and how blockchain and the technology around that will change over time if we make it simple, if we make it easy for adoption and for companies to use. Not everyone is going to be an investor, right? But people will use products, services, information, etc., right? Which will use blockchain technology. These types of projects, like IOTA as well, even likes of VeChain, etc., XRP, whatever, will service that. Enterprise blockchains. Makes sense. But yeah, one day your toaster will be on the blockchain and it might be powered by this. Scary, right? But there we go. Super simple, super easy, a mixed bag. I think these are undervalued. They do have a decent things behind it in terms of technology. They've got okay tokenomics as well in terms of supplies out for majority of those because they are established projects. However, do your own research. This is not financial advice. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.